welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about what I actually mean when I talk about beliefs. And as my niche is relationships and specifically heartbreak, I would like to use that as an example because I guess that most people have at least once in their life ended some kind of close relationship and felt sad about it. And what is interesting here is that we perceive what's making us sad as being a specific thing, right? So what I mean by that is when you are heartbroken, you think this person has left me, that's why I'm sad now, because I need them, because, you know, all of that jazz. You actually automatically think that what you feel, what you perceive, is what is actually going on. But let me give you an example that might be easier to grasp than if I just say, oh, it's not because that you lost someone that you're sad. It's actually something else. That can seem abstract, especially if you're in a heartbreak right now, because it feels like every cell in your body is telling you it's because you need that one person, and it's because of that one person, what they did or how it ended, that you're actually sad. But no. So this is another example. This is an example with rain. So it might sound weird to a lot of people because so many of us have beliefs, but we can compare the thing about, for example, somebody breaking up with us or a relationship ending. We could interpret that as being a lot of bad things, right? If we look at rain, a lot of people would look at the rain outside and they would feel like, it brings me down, it brings me in a bad mood, it's annoying me. Because rain is just annoying on its own. But if you imagine that you were planning an outside wedding and it's raining the day you're having the wedding, yes, you will probably think like, okay, the rain is ruining everything, and you will feel sad, upset, and frustrated by the rain. On the other hand, if you are at home reading a book or working inside all day and you don't have to do anything outside, you might not even notice that it's raining that day, and then the rain don't make you feel anything. Maybe it even makes you feel cozy because you're inside and you're like, oh, now I can sit in here and I can drink a cup of cocoa. So it's the same rain, but in different situations it seems like it has a different sense to it. It makes us feel a different way. Then if we imagine somebody who is having a farm, right? He's having a farm and he has all these he has all this soil and it really needs water. It has been a dry season for a long time. And he's just praying that rain will come soon. So the same rain, maybe he's in the same town as the other people, so the same cloud is over the town, the same rain is raining down on his soil, and he's excited, he's happy with the rain, he's feel like singing and dancing, and he's thinking that the rain is wonderful. So the same rain makes him feel good. What distinction is important to make here is that it's actually not the rain. It's not the rain that makes the one person feel sad, the one person feel cozy, or the person maybe don't care at all, or the one person feeling very excited and relieved. It's not the rain on its own. The point that it's raining doesn't mean anything. Everything that makes us feel a specific thing is by or comes from the meaning we create. So, for example, maybe some people have learned that rain is bad because, you know, for some reason, oh, it's raining. They've heard their parents be like, oh, it's raining today. Ugh. And then they might get a belief about rain, like rain is bad, or when it's rain, people get in a bad mood. Or they might have a conditioning that says when there's rain, there is a bad mood. You can the brain can connect specific things with specific emotions. And if you have that connection made that once, your brain will automatically, whenever it rains, whatever situation you're in, you will feel sad or annoyed with the rain. That's a programming. A programming is when you have learned something that will then automatically make you give a certain meaning to something. So, if we go back to the thing with heartbreak, so what is actually happening? A lot of people would say, okay, if somebody leaves me, how can I ever view that in a good way? An example could be that someone might say, you know what, I realized that once she or he broke up, I was actually feeling relief. So of course I was shocked, but I could feel relief, so that's probably a good sign. Another person could say, you know what, I thought that we were together for a reason, and it makes sense that we probably, now that it ended, we probably shouldn't be together anymore, and now I can find someone who is a much better fit for me. So maybe all the things I was worried about in this relationship, I will not have to worry about in the next one. So that is an interpretation that will have you feel in another way. But what is making the breakup painful is that most of us, if somebody breaks up with us, cheats on us, do something to end the relationship, even maybe if we ended it ourselves because something was up, we make it mean that love is difficult, relationship doesn't last, nobody loves me, I'm not lovable, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm not important, relationships are too painful, I will never find love, and all those meanings. And of course everyone would feel depressed and they will feel like this burning pain inside of their chest or throat or belly if they had those thoughts, if they give that meaning to the situation. And most of us, we give those meanings to the situation because we have beliefs already. So it's not the heartbreak bringing forth necessarily, it can be, but usually it's not the heartbreak on its own that makes us create beliefs. They are already there. We have had them for a long time. It's the same beliefs that makes us care about what other people think of us. It's the same beliefs that makes us nervous when we have to speak in front of a lot of people. It's the same beliefs that create social anxiety. It's the same beliefs that limits us. It's the same beliefs that makes you look in the mirror and think something negative. It's the same beliefs that makes you definitely have a negative self-talk. Those beliefs are usually already there, and then when somebody breaks up with us or we break up and end a relationship in some reason, there's so many beliefs being activated at the same time, so we get in this overwhelming state of basically feeling unworthy, unlovable, and also having lost faith in that things will actually be better in the future. So can you see that? It's beliefs that creates the meaning. So if, let's say that you had a different, let's say you had an unusual or nice, very nice upbringing where your parents did know how their behavior affects your beliefs and mental programming. And they told you, you know what, no matter what people do, it has nothing to do with you. And the only important thing is that you feel good. And of course you have to be respectful to other people and respect their boundaries always, but you also, most importantly, have to respect your own. And, you know, relationships are beautiful and relationships are very different. Some can last forever, some can last for a shorter notice, but what is important is just to have a beautiful interaction with another person. And if it ends one day, it's no big deal. And maybe you also see your parents, maybe they even separate, and you see them still being loving and kind and trusting to each other. Maybe they find another partner and you see that they are still happy and loving and caring, and it doesn't have any negative consequences. I know that's a kind of fantasy for a lot of people, but assume you have had those experiences as a kid. If you had those experiences, you would never have concluded that relationships are painful or love hurts, and if you were respected and told that you were loved every day and that you were not criticized for what you did, you would not have beliefs about like, I'm not worthy, I'm not lovable. You would know that you are lovable and worthy and so on. And you would also know that relationship is a beautiful thing and that there is no wrong way to do it. With those beliefs later in a breakup, it would not actually be such a big deal. You might miss the person, which is a natural reaction, but you would not be devastated, you would not be broken. It would not mean anything about you as a person or your abilities to find happiness in the future. So it's only the meaning we give to things that creates the pain, also in breakups. And we can delete whatever beliefs we have that creates that meaning for us. And once we do that, the breakup is gone and we will not experience a breakup like that again. So the whole point here is that what you experience in any situation, also in a breakup, is just your interpretation of things. Your interpretation is what making you feel that way, not what actually happens. And your interpretation comes from early beliefs, early programming, usually early, that makes you have that interpretation automatically. And you know the interpretation so well and it comes automatically. So for you, it seems like you're just experiencing reality. When the truth is that it's just programming. Everything you basically experience is your beliefs. And the good thing about beliefs is that it's basically everything you experience is beliefs, and there is no belief that you can't remove, no matter how long time you've had it. And that means that the very devastating, intense heartbreak, which also manifests in dysfunctional relationships or, unequal relationships and ending up with the wrong partners, that's also symptoms of the same belief that creates heartbreak. Those can be deleted. So not only do you feel strong and calm and free in yourself and are able to continue your journey in happiness and freedom, even if somebody is actually not a match for you, even though you thought so. And I think that's a way better way to live life. And I'm sharing this because I have had, early experiences with heartbreak that seemed very devastating to me. And it was so painful. I couldn't really wrap my head around why it was so intense. But once I found out and once I got rid of the beliefs I had, my world changed. And if anyone is sitting out there and they're like, I know the feeling of just feeling sick and lonely and losing all hope and just, life is just not the same and it will never be that feeling, and you really want to basically live your life and have your freedom back and your joy back, you should consider filling out the form in the description down below so you can get a free session if what you're experiencing is in my expertise. So if you fill out the form, I will look at it, and within 72 hours I promise you to get back to you and tell you what I think about what you said and if I can help you in the situation. So that was all for now. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Bye.